Hope you guys enjoy this very detailed tutorial today. Let's go. So I'm going to go ahead and mix my bleach and developer together. And I'm going to put about, actually I'm just going to go ahead and pour what's left into here. And you want to close all those chemicals, regardless if it's just a bag or not, you want to close them back. Being that this is not an actual client right now and I'm just making it for a client, I have on my reusable latex gloves. But you definitely, if you have a client, you want to make sure they're not allergic to latex before you actually use the gloves, or just use vinyl gloves. I am going to use my 40 volume developer, and I'm probably going to put about 4 ounces in here. You want to mix all of that until the consistency is creamy. You could add an ounce at a time, but if you're used to using the product, then you kind of already know about how much you need. Because I'm thinking I'm going to need about maybe 4.5 ounces, maybe 5, and then maybe not. Definitely want to drape yourself, drape your area. You want to make sure that everything, you know, is in order and is prepared. Keep your workstation neat. So my bleach that I'm using is a dual purpose lightener, and it's basically, you can just use it on or off the scalp, and that's pretty much what you want to do. So as you guys can see, this is starting to get creamy for me, and I have to go in here and lighten where the client has already deposited color. Now with that being said, we don't know what type of color was used, if it was professional, non-professional. So we'll be looking at everything lightening together the same time. Perfect consistency. Try not to waste product, especially professional products, because they're very pricey. As you guys see, it's some type of brown reddish color. Most likely when I lift this, it's going to go orange. Before anything, and the client is wanting to go blonde, so we're going to do our best to kind of get her to a blonde hairstyle. The thing about bleaching, you want to make sure that everything stays moisturized. As long as it's wet and moisturized, it's going to lift. As soon as it dries out, you pretty much have nothing. So that's where these are foils come into play. I don't really like to, I like to use plastic or paper. I only use foil when I necessarily have to, simply because it's harder on the hair, and it will most definitely make the hair a different texture when you're doing everything. So these kind of self-adhese, which is like bomb.com. We've already lightened that. This is awesome, like if you're doing highlighting, ombre, any type of technique. That's what these are for. You can fold it over on the sides if you want. But again, they really do kind of stick to themselves. Okay, so you can always go this route, or you can bleach the entire head and put a plastic shower cap on there, which is what I'm going to do just for time purposes. But I wanted to show you guys either or way of doing it, okay? So as you guys can see, I have all bleach on here. Everything is clipped up. I can actually take a plastic bag or shower cap and put over all of this, and it'll just keep it from, you know, drying out like I suggested to you guys earlier. But I'm okay. Like I told you guys, she'd probably lift to some type of orangey looking color, and I was right on the money with that. So now the hair that is on this doll is half and half. I actually sold her Brazilian Remy hair in like a natural wavy curly pattern, and that's what's at the top of the head. And then she actually had Brazilian I think she said wavy hair that she purchased from a separate vendor from me, which is at the bottom of the head. So the hair that you see that's more straight looking, she said that once it should wave up, so we shall see. But like I said, I have my Hughes Remy hair that I sell, that I've been selling since 2007 here at the top, which is very, very good hair. I sell virgin and temple hair, so this is really, really good hair. And then the Brazilian Remy hair that she has here at the bottom. It was previously it was a wig on like a dome cap, and I actually took it down, reconstructed the wig, and made her a new wig as opposed to what she had prior to this. So I'm really not sure because it was really skimpy and she needed more hair in there. So anyways, this is what I have created for her so far. If you guys are interested in custom wigs, units, lace fronts, anything like that, even I-tip, U-tip, fusion hair, extensions, whatever it is, you guys just email me at hughes_Remy@yahoo.com. And I'll take care of you guys. Or you can contact me right here on YouTube, Instagram, or if you follow my salon page on Facebook, you can contact me there as well. So this hair is definitely processing because it's still kind of warm. And as you can see, this is the virgin hair. So this hair is not like an orange consistency. It's more of like a yellow golden consistency versus the hair that she had kind of already colored herself. It's more of like an orangey tint, which doesn't matter because I'm going to tone the hair. I'm going to actually do a color melt where I'm going to put some really nice stuff in for y'all. So I'm going to be using Caramel from the Vera K-Pack, the Chrome Edition. And this is your Joycey hair. Or Joyco hair. I say Joycey, but Joyco hairline. And I'm also going to be using 9NA in Natural Ash Light Blonde. And Caramel. Caramel, it's all the same. So I'm just waiting for the last section that I did, which was here in the front, to actually process. Of course, that's going to lift very easily because that was brand new hair, hadn't been touched, as opposed to the hair that she had colored. That's a different story. So let's just check it here. So as you can see, it's really lifting nicely. No complaints on my part. Okay, so as you guys can see, it has pretty much lightened to where I need it to lighten. And I'm going to go ahead and rinse this out first, then shampoo. No condition, just rinse. I like to shampoo because even with a powder, sometimes it'll leave a gritty feel. And sometimes when you use the cream bleach, it leaves an oily feel. So I like to just kind of shampoo after I do a bleach application before coloring. Okay, so as you guys can see, I haven't even toned it yet. It's not too brassy, but the ones that she had actually lightened, you can see the difference. It's more of an orange versus the hair that I provide is more of a golden, already like blonde, to where you could actually probably wear it. And I really hope that you guys can see it because the way I've installed the hair, it's actually two different shades. So the darker of it is the hair she provided, and the lighter is the hair I provided. I did use rinse it out thoroughly, and I used a blonde hair shampoo on here. So I'm going to go ahead and tone the hair, which it just does better being pretty much dry. There are some color applications that you can apply to wet hair, but I like to go ahead and dry everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, semi-dry it. and then I'm going to apply the toner, and then I will apply the color. So I'm going to start by towel blotting the hair. You can use a t-shirt if you're concerned about lint sticking to the hair, but I towel blot it just to squeeze any excess water out, and then I will go in, kind of hit the blow dryer on a cool setting and dry the majority of this hair. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm not going to blow dry this out before I do my toner. I'm just going to really towel dry it and then apply the toner, and then I'll come back and make sure that everything is blow dried so that I can, and when I blow dry it, I'm not going to be drying it to where it's drying to where you would press it or anything. It's just going to be dry enough to where the color will actually adhere and it won't take as long. So I'm towel drying. I'm sorry, y'all. When I'm filming, I'm trying to make sure that everything is in frame. Talk to you guys at the same time. So basically, I'm towel drying the hair in preparation to apply the toner. And then I'll let that toner stay on about 20 to 30 minutes. Just because, like I said, I have some brassiness in the hair that she previously purchased from a different vendor, as opposed to the hair that I'm selling her. I'm just taking out any excessive water. Alright, time to tone this hair. So with my same gloves, all I did was kind of, wash them off to prepare for my next thing, because what you don't want is to have color or bleach bleeding through on an application that you definitely, is something totally different. So you always want to start fresh, start new, grab clean towels, clean gloves. If you're using reusable gloves, make sure they're thoroughly cleansed before reapplying them. So I could have used my toner, my matrix toner, but I'm going to go with the Wella just because it's a quicker application. Plus I'm out of Olaplex. So here you're going to do 1 part to 2 parts. Means the entire bottle and 2 ounces of lifter. And I'm going to be using 20 because, we've already used 40 to really just lift everything. So, clean bowl, clean applicator brush, cleaned out my measuring. So, cool thing about the Wella, it's really easy, really simple. Really, really easy to use, and you don't have to have a license to purchase it, okay? So we're going to empty that entire content of that bottle in here. And you'll know if you haven't mixed this right, because if it doesn't start to turn like a purple color, then it's not mixed right. Now, I'm using the T27, which is the blonde beige. Yeah. I started to get the ash blonde, but the color that I'm actually going to put in is ash blonde. So I didn't want to have the hair like too ashy against the caramel that I'm using. And guys, don't be like me. Right now I don't have on a nose mask to keep me from burning. That's because it's probably burning my lungs, inhaling the chemicals. But notice I'm mixing this away from my face. You never want to have the chemicals right in your face. I always mix them away and really mix this toner. So now it's completely mixed. It's going to oxidize and it'll start to change color into that purple I was telling you guys about. I also have a plastic cap, and I don't go in with my brush and just apply to where the gold is. I like to actually just apply it on, really creamy all over. And what it does is on the darker parts, it kind of makes like low lights, and it just actually makes that color when everything is done really, really seamless. Because I'm going to be doing a color melt today versus just the ombre or, color blocking like I always show you guys. So yeah, it just kind of makes everything seamless. So that's one of my tips. that I chose to share with you guys. So I'm going to place my shower cap away for the moment. And you can use your hands because you have on gloves, or you can go in with a brush, however you want to do. You just want to make sure that you apply it everywhere. So notice I'm starting towards my ends because we want to just really get any brassiness out. And I'm just going to kind of milk it in. Y'all, if I'm out of frame, forgive me. It's just a little hard to kind of film and be in frame. So anywhere where I brought that color up, I want to come in, apply it on kind of, and just finger comb it through. You want to make sure that it's saturated. And you're really going to, my mannequin head is falling off. You're really going to saturate everything once you have it on completely. So as you can see, this side of the head is thoroughly saturated all the way down to the tips. Now, she's wanting to leave her tips like a lighter blonde. So we'll see what processes out of this toning session. I mean, I didn't want to apply bleach twice, especially putting 40 on and then coming back and doing it again with maybe like 20. And like it just would have been too much. You still want the hair to feel realistic and not be breaking or anything like that. So this is kind of where we are now. We're on our toning process. We'll get it as light as we can, especially not knowing what type of hair color she used. So just because that side is done, I'm going to go ahead and put the bag there so that the hair is not, you know, laying somewhere or not able to kind of start processing. Okay, so all the toner is on. I'm about to actually put it in with the rest of the cap. Now, usually whenever you do toner, whatever color you're trying to go to, you can use toner. So say like if you were doing some type of blonde and you wanted it to be like a pink champagne type color, you could use like a pinkish type of toner and it would give you that effect. In my case, I'm going to be playing with caramel and blondes. So I really wanted to come in, get any brassiness that's in here out, already kind of have me at a blonde level. That way when I go get ready to deposit the colors, I'm not having to fight the contrast with the brassiness and everything. And as you can see, it's already kind of toning the hair. I'm just making sure that I'm working this toning through really, really good here. As you can see, I've used everything that was in here. Let me go ahead. We don't want to leave nothing. It's like when you clean your plate for Thanksgiving. It's gonna get it. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, and if you guys can see, my bag is already kind of turning a tinted color. As this sits, it's gonna get more and more kind of purpley colored. And we just want to make sure everything's in there. This way nothing's drying out. A little tip I like to do to make sure that everything is kind of closed off. I like to get a clip and kind of just, you know, clip everything in right here towards the back. So it's really, really processing. So I'll just take a butterfly clip, clip it right here on the underneath part, and that just kind of holds everything in place for me while this actually processes for 20 minutes. And if you guys can't see that it's already turning colors, look at the towel. Okay. So really quickly, if you guys are worrying about like how much you should charge in pricing, I usually, if I'm making a wig, U-part wig, anything like that, I charge $100. And then for the style or haircut, or if it's just a hair color, that's an additional $45. So that's $145. That's just the set price. Now, if you turn around and you're doing custom colors and everything like I'm doing here, where you're going in with the toner and all this other stuff, guys, this is easily another $60 plus on top of that cost. Being that this client, and then don't forget, like I did a takedown. I had to take down one previous wig that was not correctly made and make her a whole nother unit. Then she purchased hair from me, a bundle and a half, to kind of fill in so that this wig would be you know, full. So what I would suggest is, if you guys were doing as much work as I'm doing today, easily $225, easily a $225 job, because I'm going to do a color melt. And then that's still kind of like on the low end, because I mean, for as much customization that I'm doing, it could really be a $300 wig. Because I'm doing a color melt, which is like ombre and color melt kind of mixed in between. I did a takedown on a wig. I came in and I reconstructed and made a whole new wig. And I'm doing custom color, and then I'm still going to have to style and actually apply this wig when she comes in today at 5. So I'm going to be braiding down her hair and, you know, sewing this unit on for her. So guys, easily, never underprice yourself. If it's a friend, it is holiday season, make sure you have discounts and things out there for people. Make sure that you're doing stuff, you know, to kind of keep your business, but never be afraid to set your prices, especially if you're good and you know what you're doing. Never worry about other people's pricing, like what another salon is charging, because when you get that type of client, they're not really interested in their hair anyway. They're worried about the price. So basically, you want to price yourself at what you're worth. If you know you're not good and you can't slay a wig and you can't do all this stuff, don't try to charge nobody $300. Hell, don't even try to charge them $100. You know, but that's just me. All right. So I didn't show me making the wig on camera because I knew that the color process and the lifting process and all that was going to be pretty lengthy already. So that's the only reason I didn't show that part on camera for you guys today. But as you guys can see, half of that brassy, it's already coming out. So I mean, this looks really good. It's gonna be a blonde that'll go with her skin tone really well, and it's gonna let me put that caramel and the other color on there. So I'm really happy about it. Just gonna go rinse it out really thoroughly, and then I'll come back and start the color application. All right, y'all, so this is after the toner. As you can see, no brassiness, very, very pretty blonde. So this color application that I'm about to do is just going to be gorgeous, because honestly, she could wear it this color here already. So usually whenever you do a really good color technique in applying your bleach, you know, and you tone it out, you should already be able to kind of see everything come together. And as you guys can see, it's already coming together. Now we're going to towel dry everything, and this would be the part where you would apply some type of pair the hair, like a treatment for heat, because I'm going to have to blow dry some of this so that when I put on this caramel and this blonde, it actually takes. Before I even get to that, I want to cut some of that work down by really towel drying this hair. So of course, this is what I'm using just to put on here, this styling treatment oil before I blow dry it. It wouldn't even hurt to mix a little argan oil in with it, which I am, because this is still a pretty harsh, it's just a lot being done to the hair today. So we want to definitely make sure that we nourish it, take care of it, all of that. Because typically I would not blow dry it. I would allow this to air dry, and then I would come in and do the color the next day. But being that my client is saying that, you know, they do this all the time, I have to have it today. It has to be today. I can't do it another day, because, you know, it's always I have to have it this day. So whatever the case, we're going to come in and actually just nourish this hair. Sounds like I said nourish this hair. Nourish this hair. Most of her color was, you know, kind of like at the bottom going down. I've brought this all the way up. You don't see any of that previous color that she had in there. I actually came in and removed all of that reddish brown color that you saw. So this is really good. This is what you want to see. I use my FHI Heat Nano Salon Pro 2000. I love this. I love this. I love this. go get y'all one. Seriously. It's got ceramic and tourmaline in it. See? And I'm going to put it on a warm setting. Of course, I can't turn it on while I'm talking to you guys, but I'm going to put it on a warm setting. And I'm just going to kind of knock most of this water feel out. You know, just kind of dry the hair, semi-dry the hair. That way I can apply the color to dry hair. Okay? Okay, guys, so I don't want to blow dry this out completely. Just enough to where I can put the color on. And as you guys can see, it's pretty much there. We have our darker roots. We have these two blondes going on in the hair, which will be perfect for my color application. The ends are definitely lighter, like she wanted. No brassiness, nothing. Just a beautiful, beautiful wig. The hair that I provided her has more of this curly, wavy texture. The hair that she originally had on here, as you guys can see, she said it was wavy, but it's definitely not. It's a really straight texture. So like I told you guys in one of my previous videos, you have to you definitely have to pay attention to hair that you're purchasing that's not really rimmy hair, and it's processed hair, because it definitely makes a difference. Now we can always wave her hair so that it'll have a natural wave to it, and set it so that it matches the hair that I put on top. I only put the wavy curly hair, and this is actually my Hughes Remy line in the temple hair. I only put that because she swore up and down that her hair was wavy, but I think I could have done straight hair and it would have probably, you know, because as you can see, this is the hair she provided. There's no wave to it. And then this is the Brazilian extra virgin Remy hair that I provide, and even after blow drying it, you can still see that it's a natural wave and curl pattern to it. All right, so basically what we're about to do now is section the hair into 4 parts and get ready to color. Now, if you guys pay attention, it is a little spaced out right here. And that's simply because she was not able to purchase the amount of bundles that she really needed to complete this look on this wig. So we had to work with what she could afford. Normally, you guys always know on my wigs, they're fully, you know, if you part, everything's fully covered. So that's the only reason you see that. But I mean, her wig is still, for the most part, it's like medium, you know, so it's still going to be very full for her. And as you guys see, lovely, lovely color. So now we're going to mix colors and apply. Cheeto break. All right, y'all, my hair crunching because I gave Harper a Cheeto and I'm eating a Cheeto because I'm hungry. I've been doing this. I've been making this wig since yesterday, and I stopped and I got up this morning at 6:30 to finish making it, and here it is now, 3:14, and she's going to be here at 5. So it's going to take about 45 minutes for the color to actually sit on here and adhere, and then shampooing it out, so her wig will be ready pretty much when she gets here. And then it'll be me going immediately into braiding down her hair, sewing on her wig. Tired. So let's put on gloves. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because you can use whatever developer, whatever volume developer you want. I am going to use 20 on the caramel, and I'm going to use 30 on the blonde, which this one has the Luma Shine by Joico, or as I like to say, Joycey. Y'all don't pay me any attention though, okay? And this one is 1:1, so it's 1 ounce of color to 1 ounce developer. This hair is pretty long, so I'm going to use the full 2 ounces for this, and I'm probably going to use 2 bottles just to get this done, but we'll see, maybe not. So this is a 2 ounce to 30 ounce cream developer. going to do 2 ounces of it. This is evenly mixed 1 to 1. 2 ounce tube, 2 ounce of developer. So this is our blonde that I'm mixing, and you can mix it with your applicator brush, your mixer. You can use a wooden spatula, whatever you want to mix it. Just make sure that it's evenly mixed. That's all. Now, as you see on the caramel, this one is 1 to 2 parts. So you got 1 ounce of color. For every 1 ounce of color, you use 2 ounces of developer. I use my 20 developer for the caramel because I really want it to kind of be like that deep. I want that contrast going. So because this is a 2 ounce tube, we're using 4 ounces of cream developer. All right, so now I'm doing my caramel. As you guys can see, it just comes out this pretty caramel looking color. And of course, you want to discard of any chemicals, any and all chemicals once you're able to, or set them aside in a way. So now we're going to mix the caramel to this. Ooh. Looky. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been making like little weird sounds since I was like a little girl. So y'all gotta forgive me. Like all of a sudden I want like turtles and food that has caramel in it. Because this is so pretty. So pigmented. Alright, so here we go. So very first layer, all I'm going to do is pull out a section of hair. This to be really seamless, really well blended, which it will be very pretty. We're going to come out with several different colors here in the hair. So starting on this one, I want to start with the caramel first, kind of at the top. And I'm going to be switching it up. So this one I'll do caramel, then blonde. And then the other one I'll do blonde, then caramel. And that way everything is just going to go seamlessly. Okay? So wherever that hair color has been lifted, that's where I'm going to come in and put color. Okay? And then we want her ends to kind of stay the lighter color that she wanted. So being that we have a toner on the ends, I'm just going to let them roam free. Okay? Now I'm going to come in with the blonde on the other one. And I'm just going to come right in, right above it.